Hello you lovely people and welcome. Today I'm going to be taking a look at the latest update for the Supercarrier Pro by Miltech Simulations. This was released yesterday, the 27th of the 2nd 2024, and is Supercarrier Pro version 1.1.0. I do have the changelog up here, so let's have a quick look. So as you can see, version 1.1.0. So loading times significantly reduced by modifying animation sequences and related code. New ship, Nimitz class CVN-69 introduced, 6 new static and 7 new moving locations added. New ship, French CDG introduced, 4 new static, 4 new moving locations. Now, the French CDG, just to sort of give a little bit of a description of what this is before we take a look at it. It's loosely based on the Charles de Gaulle class carrier that is used by the French Navy, and it's not an exact copy for legal reasons, and it's also not called the Charles de Gaulle. They've abbreviated it to CDG. So sort of getting out of a legal loophole there, because the French are very touchy when it comes to using names and things like that. So if you're expecting an exact copy, prepare yourself, because obviously that's not the case. But that's not a bad thing. It's just a carrier to add to the list that we have. Now under that we have no support ship, the Independence class littoral LCS littoral class ship introduced for point of interest locations and as escort ship on all new CVN-69 locations. Now there's new carrier deck vehicles added, more detailed and better textured, yet more FPS efficient. When not in range of carrier, the list of the closest carriers and their heading can be shown. Added additional supporting ships to static vessels. The relocated Da Nang location to Yankee Station. Relocated Whitley Bay location due to closeness to airbase, and the relocated Palm Beach location due to interference with the airport. They've added new sounds, catapult hook sounds, ambient noise and announcement sounds, and catapult sounds. New a modern arrestor gear system using real life values from Nimitz class carriers and energy based equations to guarantee the aircraft stops in a reasonable length of runway using regardless of the weight of the aircraft. Hangar fog visibility bug fixed. Steam effects on catapults added. Changes to carrier app user interface and backend to support future expansions. Performance improvements throughout. Texturing fixes improvements throughout. Hot fixes related to Navigraph compatibility. Multiple lighting effects improved. Various minor fixes throughout. Now I do have a couple of images I grabbed from the Miltech Simulations Discord, just showing you where these locations are. So we have the CVN-69, and we've got them at Los Angeles at Point Mugu, Gulf of Mexico in the Caribbean, Diego Garcia Indian Ocean, near Marine Corps Air Station New River, North Carolina, Perth, Australia, and near Gran Roja, Venezuela. Now the French CDG is a location at Brest in France, Djibouti, Toulon, France, and Saint-Pierre-et-Miquelon. I think I pronounced that right. And then the Independence class LCS, there's one in Gulf of Aden, one near Seoul, one at Marine Corps Base Hawaii, and one in San Francisco Bay. And these do have TACAN ILS and Unicom and ATIS frequencies, so you do have navigation data for the static locations. And if we go to number 3 here, these are the moving locations. So CVN-69 moving locations, we've got North Atlantic Ocean, Cape Cod, Maryland, Red Sea south of Suez Canal, Norway Sea, Pacific Ocean near Guam, Kuwait and Iceland, and the CDG at the Gibraltar Strait, French Polynesia, French Guiana, and the coast of India. These do not have TACAN, ILS, Unicom or ATIS frequencies, so just be aware of those. Okay, so now that we've looked through the changelog and the locations, let's get into the sim and have a look at these new ships. These are the ICAO codes, so if you want to find these in the search area of the map in sim, these are what you input. So like if you want to go to Lakeney, if you put EGUL, these are for those. So let's get cracking. First of all, just take a look at the Independence class littoral combat ship that is part of the strike group for CVN 69. And you can see it's a very odd looking ship. Unfortunately, I've tried landing a helicopter on the deck of the back of one of these and fell straight through, so hopefully that will come later in a further update, that the surface can be landable. But if we just have a look around, it's very nicely modelled, very nicely textured, and yeah, very odd, very unique looking. Yeah, I can't say that I've actually ever seen any pictures or even heard of one of these before, so this is the first time for me. And not sure what to say about it, other than I'm glad it'd be on our side if we ever went into combat. But yeah, this is one of the added extra ships that come as part of the strike group. There are some sort of singletons dotted around. There's one in San Francisco Bay. But there are, with every CVN 69 strike group, there will be an Independence class littoral combat ship as part of the escort. So yeah, line up. We'll just have a quick look over this flight deck. I mean, it's full of life, as you would expect, as with the other aircraft carriers that come with the Supercarrier Pro. Texturing is lovely, absolutely brilliant, and obviously ambient noises are pretty good as well. So hear the engine rumbling below deck, as well as the deck announcements as well. We'll just have a quick look around the hangar deck. As you can see, it's quite busy. Lots of static aircraft and people and deck equipment and cargo and all sorts, so nice busy place to be. And don't forget that the aircraft animations work as well. We'll bring the lift down, go to controls, and we'll bring this lift down now. Okay, so we finally got there. Takes a little while, as you'd expect, for these lifts to drop down, and yeah, so you can move your aircraft to and from the top deck into the hangar bay if you so wish. So that's a nice feature, as was part of the previous variant, but always nice to show. So let's jump to the CDG. And here we have the French CDG, or commonly known in real world as the Charles de Gaulle, but for obvious legal reasons can't be named that in sim. And as you can see, decked out with rafales and making use of the deck crew and deck equipment from the American carriers. And also we have an E2 Hawkeye, which is actually in a French livery, which is a nice addition. Again, we've got the flows, and we've got animations for both the catapult and elevators. So if we just go to controls here, if I click this, and you see the elevator is going down. If we set up this catapult, you see we've got the crew there, and we don't have an aircraft there at the moment, obviously, but I'm going to take CJ Simulations Rafale up and show you some of the approach and everything for this carrier. Is quite considerably narrower than the American versions, and also there are some extra noises for catapults and cables and hooks and things, which would be nice to showcase just briefly. So let's see if we can get into the hangar. So this is a bit awkward to get into, but this is the hangar for the Charles de Gaulle. We've got some Rafales and an E2 in the hangar bay with crew and cargo, and some other bits and pieces, which is nice. It keeps the whole area looking a bit busier than just an empty deck, I suppose, which is a very nice addition. And obviously we've got, like I say, the elevator is now down on this level, so we get onto there, and yeah, pretty good. So let's get the Rafale up in the air, and let's see if we can trigger some of these new noises. That was Code Brown. Well, if you got this far, thank you for watching, and as always, take care, and I'll catch you in the next one.